What is the academic and musical profile of your most successful students? Or put it another way, what characteristics make a student successful?
Talent will only get you so far. Ambition, desire, passion, as far as I'm concerned, the passion to do what you want to do, and the desire and the ability to put in the hard work while you're at school, at least showing the right attitude, and will get you very, very far. You also should be very smart, especially in your undergraduate years. Let me tell you, there's a young man who graduated recently from Chapman who was sort of all over the map when I arrived 3 years ago. He was a composition, he was a conducting, he sort of did everything and everything pretty well. But I sort of looked at him and worked with him for about a year and thought, you know, your expertise in your area really is arts administration. This young man is now at a very, very famous program on a full scholarship for arts administration. Why? Because he also knew how to be smart, how to use the resources that he had at his disposal at his conservatory as undergraduate level. And one of the strong suits when you're looking at an undergraduate school, as we talked about earlier also, is look at who the faculty is, connect with your faculty, and see if they can pick up the phone and then get you to where you need to go for your graduate studies. In other words, the networking that you can do while you're at your undergraduate level, do it. And those are, frankly, the people who are going to get ahead and who are going to make it. This is a cutthroat profession, my friends. This is not easy. And if you think it is, I have to tell you right now that it isn't. And you have to be able to use a little bit of elbows. You have to use a little bit of street smart. You have to use your talent to your advantage, and you have to use your smarts. But please do it nicely and smartly, of course. But I don't know why I just went off on all that, but I mean it. Silence from the panel.
Well,
I've stunned them.
Well, the keys to success. We're talking about the keys to success in life here, and they're common to every profession in every field. I don't care whether you're a world-class brain surgeon or a world-class cellist. You're going to be passionate about what you do. You're going to wake up every morning with a sense of joy that you get to do this for a living. The day I look in the mirror and go, why did I pick choral conducting, is the day I go and make real money in business somewhere. You know, I mean, because we get to be artists for our lives and for our livelihood. And so it's determination, joy, and a veracity for knowledge and achievement. You know, one of my favorite people in the world is Sister Helen Prejean, who is this wonderful nun that works with convicts on death row. And she says, and my students know about this, it's on my wall, it says, I watch what I do to see what I believe. Well, if you believe you're going to be a world-class performer, then you'll be in that practice room 10 hours a day, working. If you believe you're going to be a great singer, you're going to do everything you can do to be a great singer. And so I think that's, you know, the students that I see that really succeed are the ones that really believe that they can do it, and they go about it with joy and with passion. And we get lucky sometimes.
This might be a good place to add something about the whole double major, double degree question, because I completely agree with the idea of passion and with the idea that this is a hard profession to get into, to make succeed, and there are many definitions of success, and sometimes we stop at the end of college and say, success is getting into Juilliard. Well, you know, that's 4 years. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? So you really have to be thinking long term, and so when you have a passion for two things, let's say you have a passion for choral conducting and you have a passion for medicine, I mean, maybe you're going to go and go to a place where you can do studies in both areas and proceed along and get 2 degrees because you have a passion for that. That's the only thing that will get you through all those years with no sleep. So if you go to music school and you say, well, you know, I'm not sure I'll make it and I need a backup, so I guess I'll study for like the business stuff, you know, because then my mother will be happy. And then I might actually make some money instead of just working at McDonald's while I'm trying to become a choral conductor. So what you really have to do is understand what you want to get beyond college. It's not just about getting into one of our schools. It's about what you want to do with your life. And if there are several things you're passionate about, then find a school that allows you to follow all those passions. But don't do something because you think you need a backup. The joy of being 18 and 22 and 25 is that you have this single-minded dedication, and you're hopefully not dealing with a lot of things like I have a mortgage and I have 3 kids and I have a car payment. Instead, you can focus on all of this, and so that's what this time of life is for. So follow that passion, and if 10 years later you say, well, you know, I can choral conduct on the side and I really am going to go do this other thing for whatever reason, you know, that's okay too. But when you're 18, you don't want to be thinking about the things that are okay. You want to think about the thing that's it. That's what it's about right now.
You know, we like to say that if you think you need something as a backup, you do. Because you're not going to make it in the main thing.
That's right.
Exactly
You know,
right.
that being said, and I agree with that 100%, we're also seeing students who are able to focus in two places, which is really amazing to us. About 25% of our undergraduate music majors are double majoring. And they're double majoring in all kinds of things, in political science, in engineering, in music industry, these kinds of things. And then we have probably another 50% that are taking a minor in some area. And this is unheard of. This wouldn't have happened, 15, 20 years ago, because they're able to focus on both and then put them together in some new fascinating way. So there's a real difference between those two things. There's a real difference between having something as a backup and then having two things that you're just passionate about that you want to just mash together. That's a very different way of looking at it.
I think you need to find your passion and go for it. The two words that come to mind to me are fire and drive. Now, it's one thing to have a passion, but then you've got to go for it. To make it happen. For me, I had no way to go into USC. It was in percussion performance and music education. And my music education was not a backup. When I was in 8th grade, I decided I wanted to teach music. I enjoyed my music classes so much. And for me, that's exactly what I ended up doing. To be an extra